Hi rabbits, Research Turtle here. Today we are diving deep into the strategy of Boehringer Ingelheim. We often hear about the patent cliff, that scary moment when a blockbuster drug loses exclusivity. For BI, that moment is coming for Jardiance. But as you'll see in this deck, they aren't just building a defense, they are building a moat, an integrated moat involving the heart, metabolism, kidney, and liver. We call this the CMKL evolution. Let's start with the numbers. BI is sitting on a record revenue of 25.6 billion euros. Right now, their cash cows, Jardiance and OFEV, are fueling the engine. But look at that R&D investment ratio, 23.2%. That is industry leading. While other big pharmas hover around 15 to 20%, BI is aggressively reinvesting to navigate the loss of exclusivity era. This visual represents the bridge. Because BI is a private company, they have a massive strategic advantage. They don't have to worry about quarterly earnings pressure. They can sacrifice short-term margins today to build the infrastructure that will dominate in 2030. Now let's look at the biology. This is the core of the thesis. We used to treat diseases in silos, one doctor for the heart, another for the kidney. But BI's strategy recognizes that these are not isolated organs. They form a syndrome cluster. Did you know 34% of obesity patients have MASH, steatohepatitis? And the leading cause of death in chronic kidney disease isn't kidney failure, it's cardiovascular disease. BI is treating the feedback loop, not just the symptom. This leads to the patient journey lock-in. Imagine a patient enters the ecosystem via Survodutide for obesity or liver issues. As their condition is managed, they might need long-term renal protection. That's where Vicadrostat and Jardiance come in. It's a seamless commercial ecosystem from diagnosis to long-term care. Let's talk about their potential superstar, Survodutide. Everyone knows Wegovy and Zepbound, but Survodutide is different. It's a dual agonist targeting glucagon and GLP-1. Why glucagon? Because it directly targets the liver to increase energy expenditure. It's not just an appetite suppressant, it's a metabolic liver drug. And here is the killer app. Look at this data. In Phase 2 trials for MASH, Survodutide achieved an 83% resolution rate. Compare that to the placebo at 18.2%. Even in patients with significant fibrosis, F2 through F3, nearly 65% saw improvement without worsening fibrosis. This is the holy grail of metabolic disease. Next, we move to the kidney with Vicadrostat. This is an aldosterone synthase inhibitor, or ASI. The goal here is to solve the residual risk in CKD that SGLT2 inhibitors alone can't fix. AstraZeneca is developing zibotantan. The problem, it blocks endothelin receptors, which causes fluid retention, a huge risk for heart failure patients. BI's Vicadrostat has a different risk, hyperkalemia. But here's the genius part. They combine it with Jardiance. SGLT2 inhibitors help excrete potassium, effectively canceling out the side effect of Vicadrostat. It's a perfect strategic marriage. Looking beyond 2030, BI is investing in the undruggable. They're moving beyond small molecules into RNAi with Rebo and gene therapy with Heartbeat.bio to cure hereditary cardiomyopathies. This ensures the pipeline remains full for the next generation. So, to wrap up with the SWOT analysis, yes, BI is a late entrant to the pure obesity market compared to Lilly and Novo. That is a weakness. But their strength is the CMKL synergy. They don't need to be the biggest obesity player. They aim to be the dominant integrated player for patients with complex comorbidities. As you can see in the revenue forecast, the new launch revenues from Survodutide and Vicadrostat are projected to replace and eventually exceed the legacy revenue of Jardiance by 2030. In conclusion, the investment thesis rests on three pillars: financial health, the freedom to reinvest 23% of revenue, clinical data, best-in-class MASH resolution, and the ecosystem, a portfolio that locks in the entire patient journey. That's it for today. Turtle out.